Happy New Year, Fossil Ridge Intermediate School. This is Principal Howell here. I hope everyone is getting settled into their second semester classes. Um, Everyone is familiar with where they need to be each period, and we are ready to get rolling for a fantastic second semester here at Fossil Ridge. What I wanted to do today is spend a few minutes with you just reviewing some of our most important expectations, highlighting some things that maybe we have areas for growth in, talking about some things that are really, really important for all of us to remember so that everybody can have as successful a second semester as possible. But before we go, just again, Happy New Year. It's January, which means we're on the downhill slide of our school year. For you seventh graders, you've got just a few more months and you'll be done with your intermediate experience. Sixth graders, just a couple more months and you'll be a seventh grader. So Happy New Year, Fossil Ridge. Let's have a terexcellent second semester and let's make every day at Fossil Ridge a great day to be a T-Rex. First thing I want to review with everyone is just our Fossil 5. We all know how critically important these 5 things are. They're everything for both students and adults at Fossil Ridge. They dictate and govern everything we do at Fossil Ridge. They are so crucially important. Remember our Fossil 5 are we're going to be respectful, we're going to be resilient, we're going to be responsible, we're going to be kind, and we're going to be safe. If we can do these 5 things on a consistent daily basis as students and as adults, we're going to be very successful, not only here at Fossil Ridge, but out in our communities and our families and our homes. As we get older, as we move on to the middle school and high school, as we move on into adulthood, these are 5 things that can really help us become great human beings. The first thing I want to review is bullying, harassment, and language at Fossil Ridge. If everyone will remember, a few months ago, Mr. Finlinson and myself both went into classrooms and we spent 10 or 15 minutes in every language arts classroom talking about the Washington County School District anti-bullying, anti-harassment, and language policy, zero tolerance policy. And so I just wanted to cover that really quickly. Just a reminder, everyone, our district, our school has a zero tolerance policy, meaning it's never okay. It's never okay to bully other kids. It's never okay to harass other kids. It's never okay to tease with malicious intent. And if you'll remember back to our discussion a couple of months ago, malicious intent means we're trying to hurt someone. We're trying to hurt someone mentally, or we're trying to hurt someone physically. We're trying to make someone feel bad about themselves or who they are or where they live or the color of their skin or their religion or their gender. Just keep in mind that we have an absolute zero tolerance policy when it comes to bullying students, when it comes to harassing other students, when it comes to teasing kids with the intent to cause physical or mental harm. So keep in mind, kiddos, we need to respect one another. We need to treat one another how we would want to be treated. We need to be nice, going back to that Fossil 5, being kind, being respectful. We need to keep our hands to ourselves. Absolutely no swearing, no foul language, no racial slurs of any kind. The N-word in particular is never okay at Fossil Ridge. No derogatory name calling of any kind. Choose to treat others, whether it's students or teachers or any adult in the building, with the respect they deserve, with the respect you would like to see. Choose to treat other people the way you want to be treated. And keep in mind, students that choose to use those words, students that choose to bully, students that choose to put their hands on other students will have significant consequences that could impact their academics at Fossil Ridge. So just keep in mind that zero tolerance policy. And when in doubt, be kind. When in doubt, be nice. When in doubt, choose to treat other people the way you want to be treated. Next on our list, just a reminder, we've done such a great job with this. And I feel like over the course of the last couple years, as our cell phone policy has changed, we have embraced it as a school, we've embraced it as students, and for the most part, we've done a great job the last couple of years with our no cell phone policy, following that policy, understanding that policy, and doing our absolute best to make sure that if we do have our cell phones at school, we're keeping them off. We're not using them at school, or if we are, we're using them appropriately at school. So remember, just keep in mind cell phones, other electronic devices are to be turned off after the first period bell rings, and they need to be in backpacks throughout the rest of the school day. We are a no cell phone zone at Fossil Ridge Intermediate. And the reason is cell phones can just be super distracting, and they can also cause a lot of problems with bullying, with harassment, with racial slurs, with social media. They can just become a huge distraction. And so any student found with a cell phone on themselves during the school day will have their device taken and turned into the main office, and will have to be picked up by the end of the day. That's nothing new. And like I said earlier, as a school, I feel like we've done a great job with this. This is more of just a reminder. Hey, if you're gonna bring your phone to school, we need to make sure that it is off. This includes smart watches. This includes iPads or any other digital or electronic devices. They just need to either stay home or be turned off and placed in your backpacks. Next item I want to address is just classroom expectations at Fossil Ridge. Again, nothing new, just some general reminders for everyone. Make sure that we are to class on time. I know for some of us, 6th graders and 7th graders, there are certain times during the day, especially right after lunch, where we struggle a little bit to get to class on time, where we're tardy a little bit more often than not. Let's set a goal this semester, this second semester, to get to class on time consistently. It's important. It's showing responsibility. It's showing respect for your teachers who have planned a fantastic lesson and are prepared and ready to get that started. And when we're all in class on time and ready to go, it makes everything run so much more smooth. It allows for you to be so much more successful, and it avoids distracting those other students who are in class and ready to go. So first and foremost, let's get to class on time and make that a goal. Second item on the list, respect the teacher's right to teach and the right of the other students in that classroom to learn. Do your best to do what you're asked to do. Do your best to follow instructions. Again, this is responsibility. This is respect at its best. Please avoid distracting the classroom, taking away the right of the teacher to teach and the right of other students to learn. And when that happens, you're also impacting your own learning. So respect the teacher's right to teach and the right of other students to learn. With that, continue to follow classroom rules, policies, expectations. At this point in the year, with the exception of the new classes that you've just started, you know what those rules are. You know what those policies are. You know what is expected of you. And you're old enough now to make the appropriate decision each and every day. Be prepared for class each day. Do your best each and every day. There are going to be times where you don't want to do something or where something is hard. This is where resilience really comes into play. Push through that. Do your best and be prepared to be successful. With that, continue to check PowerSchool on a regular basis so that you can stay up on your grades. So if you've missed some school, you know maybe what you've missed. Again, remember, we are a no hats, no hoodies, no gum school. Keep those items at home. And again, when we're in the classroom, our phones need to be off and in our backpacks. Lunch expectations at Fossil Ridge. Again, this is nothing new. Make sure we're eating everything in the commons. Make sure when we finish eating that we are cleaning up the tables. I feel like for the most part this year, we've done a fantastic job with that. There have been a few days where we've left a little bit of a mess. We can do better. But just make sure you clean up after yourself. Check the area. And if there are a couple items still on the table, put them on your tray and throw them away. When you're finished eating, if you stay inside the commons, remember you're to remain seated at the tables. Or once you're done eating, you want to go outside, you go outside. Either way, stay in or stay out. Continue to be respectful of other people. Keep your phone off and in your backpack. And then a couple things we've struggled with this year a little bit. If you're going to use the equipment that's outside, the balls, make sure at the end of the lunch period you put them back away. And then even more importantly, or just as important, if you're using those balls, if you are outside during lunch and the bell rings, let's respond to that bell. Let's get the balls put away on the racks and let's get to class on time after lunch. The biggest things there, cleaning up, putting the equipment away, and getting back to class on time. Hallways, passing time, making sure we're being on time to class. Remember, the biggest thing here, walk, students. Walk between classes. Be on time to classes, and keep your hands to yourself. With this one, just a reminder that at Fossil Ridge or anywhere in the school district, no weapons of any kind are allowed on campus. That includes look-alike weapons. So if a student brings any kind of a weapon to school or a look-alike weapon to school, there will be significant consequences for doing that. The same is true for vapes or illegal substances on campus. Drugs, alcohol, tobacco of any kind are not allowed on campus. If weapons, if vapes, if alcohol, tobacco, drugs are brought to campus, it will be a significant consequence for students that usually involves being placed on a quarter-long suspension from school. So no weapons of any kind, no illegal substances of any kind on campus. And then lastly, just remember, riding the bus is a privilege. Follow the rules on the bus. The bus is just an extension of the classroom. So the same rules that apply in our classrooms, the same rules that apply in our hallways, the same rules that apply in the commons area or the lunchroom apply on the bus. Be kind. Keep the bus clean. Be respectful of the driver. Students that don't follow the bus rules will lose the privilege of being able to ride the bus. So when in doubt, just follow the Fossil 5, whether you're on the bus, in a classroom, in the hallways, in the commons area, wherever it may be. Let the Fossil 5 be your guide. Be respectful, resilient, responsible, kind, and safe at all times, and you will be extraordinarily successful. That, my friends, is a quick trip through our school-wide expectations. I hope you have a fantastic and Trexcellent second semester at Fossil Ridge. Have a great day.